Oh. Hello. This is a test for Daniel's green room. Oh god. Hang on. I gotta. Yeah. This is my green room. Okay, so there were two things I didn't think were possible that happened today. One is I just so happened to stuff up my blog posts even more than normal. I did stuff them up again. As far as video production goes, had a few issues with the old Final Cut Pro. Let's wait for that truck to go past. Okay, and yeah, the second thing is that it's even sunnier today than it was yesterday. So I apologise for my squinty eyes. In order to get my face lit enough, I need the sun to come. You get the idea. You've seen the videos before. You know what I'm doing. So, I went out and did a little bit of research into kind of validating my way of doing my autoethnographic study on Asian culture with my mates. So I'm pretty much just going to go through and list those things because you don't need me to sit here and talk about them for 15 odd minutes. So one of the main features of autoethnographic research, and one of the things that I'm really riding on as far as this research goes, is how we analyze our own personal experiences in order to understand cultural experiences. And we do that in a very, we embrace the subjectivity of the matter that kind of occurred when studies were found that social sciences should be embraced in more of a literacy sort of spectrum, as opposed to like getting closer to your physics sciences. We understand that a lot of ethnographic research is subjective, and autoethnographic research kind of embraces that subjectivity and asks what your experiences were in order to get a grasp of what you're analysing, if that makes a little bit of sense. It's helping me understand autoethnography a little bit better. It's not a typical way to do a scientific analysis. The Ellis et al. Say that it's non-canonical because a lot of other scientific methods follow a very different process, because with a lot of other sciences your product is the product, whereas in autoethnography your process is your product, which is why I think it's so important to capture our experience raw on video, because it's the process of us analysing the way that we react to the media which is important for autoethnographic study. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the auto part. So a few things we're going to have to really focus on in our drunk state are examining our epiphanies. If we focus just on having a good time with the media, it's not going to work. We have to look at the way that we kind of realize things within the text. We can't just tell our own stories. We need to start off with set theories, or otherwise we're just going to be another person on Oprah or Ellen telling our story about how we went out and watched a bit of anime and got a bit drunk. So one thing we're really going to have to focus on before we start... Hello! Sorry, I'm filming at the moment. I'll come say good day in a sec. My mum just got home. So, yeah, we have to talk about our theories before we start getting totally plastered and, watch Asian content. That's pretty much the biggest thing I kind of realised. That's, the biggest change to my my study is that we're going to have those series beforehand. So I'm going to have to get everyone to come together and think about what they want to get out of the text, what they think that they're going to experience, and then we can go and see if those theories are true. But instead of just sitting there at the end and going, okay, this is what we found out, the entire process itself is just what's going to go up. I'm not going to have a post-experience talk just because that turns the product into the product, not the process into the product, which is important for autoethnography. As far as what type of ethnography this falls under, it is narrative ethnography because we are telling stories in a linear manner. I won't be jumping back and forth. I'll be trying to show the entire thing, in a linear timeline. And then a few other things that we have to focus on that we can't just ignore in our drunk state is the ethics of the matter. We can't. We have to go into this whole experience open-minded. Can't bash any of the. Can't unjustifiably bash any of the content because, like, obviously everyone that's going in here isn't like some redneck American, but it's very easy to look at cultural norms within these animes and think, oh, haha, this is funny, this is great, when actually it's an actual thing that they're trying to talk about in the show. So we can't just go out and just plaster it for no reason. A really easy one is to ensure that it's going to be a qualitative exercise, not a quantitative exercise, because we don't want to just sit here and analyze numbers, which is going to be practically impossible when getting drunk and watching anime. Which is why I think that getting yourself into that flow state, being drunk, that's another thing that I don't think I touched on in the last one. Is there is a reason why we are getting off our faces, not just because we think it's funny, but because it's much easier to ride on those epiphanies and let loose, kind of, within the analysis, and it gets you into that flow state that I was talking about a couple of vlogs ago. And one thing that one of the researchers, I can't exactly remember, see, I've got O's and E's and blanks depending on who I'm talking about. I've forgotten what the O's and E's stand for, but one of the researchers was talking about how I'll have the little reference. This is my reference section, so my references will go here. We're talking about how difficult it is, and I completely understand that. You guys know I understand how difficult autoethnography can be, but I believe that if we tackle it in an academic and accurate manner, as far as how people have done it in the past, we can't go too wrong. And the very, very last thing, and the only thing that I got from the 10 examples of autoethnography, is I really have to focus now on deciding, sorry about the hay fever as well, what we're going to be watching, what we're going to be consuming on the night, which is actually tomorrow night we're going to start. So I'm a little bit behind there, but yeah, I have to figure out. It's really going to be an important thing to find a piece that is both engaging, humorous, and representative of the culture. But other than that, we're pretty much set. The green screen's up and ready to go for tomorrow. I'll see you guys later.